Hey, look at that, Adam. We're live.
Hi there, Paul. Happy Friday.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. The last one we were on, they said like move around so people know you're live and you're moving. So, hey everybody.
Oh,
I'm doing
really?
great. I'm
Is that a thing?
outdoors. There's a little bit of Ohio fall color change above this shoulder. So, a beautiful day. Da-da-da-da.
Yep,
YouTube.
we are live. Facebook told me, look, there we are. We're on two screens. I'm going to throw that thing up
Beautiful
there.
day, as Bono says.
That's right. So, Adam, if it's Friday, what in the heck are we doing?
Well, we're enjoying our Friday and we're sharing a little to be learned. So, we're going to have another edition of Learn a Little. An opening
It's
Kansas
water. It's water.
soda.
It's soda. So today, hot off the press, and not really press, but the internet, our favorite agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, came out with some potentially new guidelines. Is that right?
They have a proposal, meaning this isn't the law of the land. You can't act on it, but it's a proposal. You can comment on it, open for public comment. So if that's how you want to spend it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the next week or so, you can do that. They have a proposal about Tier 1 and Tier 2 finders and what they're allowed to do and or get paid.
Right. And I, for everyone's reading pleasure, posted the SEC article discussing what the heck we're about to talk about. And if you, so what Adam and I do a lot of is help people put together certain securities documents for a capital raise for multifamily or some other business venture. And everyone's always looking on how to make a buck, from introductions to rich people or, finding a deal or stuff like that. And having introductions to a syndicator, which is someone that's raising money for an apartment complex, feels like a way that you should earn money, but the SEC hasn't been wildly clear on whether that's permissible or not. And there are certain things that they look at for someone that has been paid a finder's fee. And Adam, do you remember what some of those things are?
Well, so just to go back, it's essentially, it's actually they're clear that you're not allowed to do it unless you're a broker dealer, you're a licensed broker of securities. So in other words, you're selling these things the same way you're selling stocks and all that, all the different other types of securities and investment products there are out there. So the baseline rule is you can't do it unless you're a broker dealer, or in some limited circumstances, there's a kind of a small fee someone can charge for an introduction, but very little participation, not recommending the investment, not doing anything, participating necessarily in the investment, but making the intro. And this has come out in kind of a number of different ways. Opinion letters and things, but nothing specific from the SEC. So the lack of clarity is what is allowed in that way and what you have to do to stay within the bounds. And so they've proposed something to kind of clarify those things. And that's the proposal folks are going to be reading tonight.
Yep, on your Friday, tune in to some SEC.gov. So the SEC is proposing two types of finders to help small businesses raise capital. And whether you're a small business that's invented an app that people will use or a small business that's raising money to buy an apartment complex, an important piece in that process is raising capital. So these finders can make those introductions, and there are two tiers. The proposed law will be two tiers from the SEC. The first tier is that you can make one introduction of contact information alone to a small business for them to reach out to. And then there is a second tier, which you're allowed to be a lot more involved with data and details about the project. Adam, do you remember any of those details to share?
Yeah, essentially you can kind of coordinate a meeting, share some information about the investment, and be a little bit more hands-on when it comes to interacting with the investor and the company. And so that would be one other way. But again, these are one more reminder. These are proposals, so don't go out there and start doing this stuff. It's not the law. It's not allowed yet. So just be sure you're careful that way. But yeah, so you can interact. You can make an introduction, set up a meeting or phone call, and be a little more engaged that way.
Right. And outside of that, I don't really know what else we have to share about it other than don't raise money if you don't know what you're doing and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, don't forget, this is all about the SEC being concerned about protecting investors. And whenever there's a bunch of people, strangers, talking about investments and being involved, the more people that get involved in kind of the investors' money coming out of their pocket and investing, rather than just directly with the potential investment. The more people involved in that is where they realize that's where risk comes in, or people being duped or that sort of thing. So the important thing is another way of protecting investors, or clarifying when other people can get involved and what they need to do to get involved. Like disclosures are going to be required. And by the way, if we didn't say this yet, this is only if the investor is a accredited investor. So again, there's all these things, and they outline that in this new proposal. So, like Paul said, right now, don't get paid, don't get a commission unless you're a broker dealer, and that's what's allowed within the particular offering. And there may be changes ahead. Stay tuned.
Yeah, and one other thing to consider is if a friend or family member or some business colleague is raising money, the less you say about the project, the better, because you may be the one doing the misrepresentation, or something's been misrepresented to you. Whatever you share may come back to haunt you. So that's one of the things to always be mindful of if you're making introductions or thinking about helping somebody raise some money, is you don't want to confuse things, and the SEC doesn't want to confuse things. So you want to be really careful about the things you say regarding any investment, whether it's an apartment complex, some other business venture, or some financial product. Be careful. So, Adam, I know I learned a little. Did you learn a little? I learned a little.
Thanks for sharing.
I mean, we got both Danisics in the house. Yeah, Greg's there. You better be working still. Greg, we're watching you. You better be on the clock. You're on the clock, bro.
That TV's not supposed to be on while you're working.
Hey, look, Kevin, another one. Good. Just in time. It's good to share. When is the deadline for these to get feedback or possibly take effect? It's usually 90 to 180 days. I don't know what this one is. It's usually opened up for some short-ish amount of time. 6 months would make a lot of sense, but I read somewhere that they're
30-day comment period, and this came out. Immediate release was October 7th, so sometime in November the comment period is going to end. Then they'd have to order it, and I think it takes effect like 90 days after the actual order. Is what they've done on other ones. I
just learned a little for sure. So 30 days. Kevin, get in your comments, Kevin, and everyone else. Dave Vincent, also a good comment. Boom.
Yeah,
like and share. Like and share, friends. I think that.
I don't see any questions. Do you?
Kevin had the best one. Greg didn't come up with one. That's pretty weak sauce. Never mind. All right, man.
Whoever you are, no relation.
Right. All right, man. Well, you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Thanks for joining, folks. Have a good one.